All right, joining me now live from Bangkok, senior journalist Varanai Vanijaka is joining us. It's very important what we are looking at. Varanai, if I'm correct, आप हिंदी समझते हैं, आप हिंदी में बात करेंगे. आप अगर हमें बता सके, if you can hear me, Varanai, कितने बजे ये earthquake आया, क्या आपके सामने हुआ, आपने क्या feel किया? Can you hear me?
Yes,
correct. Yes. I wanted to know what time did the earthquake happen and what did you see around you? What did you feel? What was the situation like? What was this earthquake that the visuals in itself are so shocking?
It started around perhaps maybe 1 p.m. today. It came as quite sudden. It caused quite a panic in Bangkok because if I remember correctly, the last time we have had a tremor was about perhaps 10 years ago. So we, at least the Bangkokians, we are not used to earthquake. And even though it was not as big nearly as the one that happens in Myanmar, there was a mass panic. Residents in high-rise buildings have been evacuated. People stopped driving in the street and got out of their cars. Everyone tried to follow the earthquake procedures as best they can. Now, mind you, because we're not used to earthquakes, the procedures we follow is sort of kind of like in the Hollywood movies. We hide under the tables, we come out of buildings, so on and so forth. Now, the impact mainly, as you have mentioned already, there's a high-rise that collapsed. It's under construction, so there were no residents there. However, 43 workers are trapped underneath. Also, an office building near Chatuchak Market. Some of your viewers may recognize it.
Yes.
Chatuchak Market, the office building has collapsed. There are some people trapped inside the building as well. Last I heard also, there are some buildings that have collapsed in the province of Kampang Phet, which is a bit further away from Bangkok. But otherwise, I would say compared to Myanmar, obviously the destruction here is nothing to be compared to Myanmar, but there is definitely quite a panic and the traffic has been stopped.
But it's interesting, isn't it? If the epicenter is Myanmar, even in Bangkok, that you could feel the tremors. For how long? I believe it should be about a few seconds that you felt, and even that was a strong impact of a feel that you could feel and see.
I could feel, to be honest with you, I was sitting in my condo working and I'm on the first floor, not even a high rise, and I felt it. And I remember I felt this shaking before 10 years ago when I was working in my office, but it lasted for maybe 5 seconds and it was done. So the first thing I remember was, okay, the last time 10 years ago, 5 seconds. So I just sat there 5 seconds, it will pass, but it didn't. And then it come back until I finally decided to get up and put my clothes on, getting ready to run for it. And then after about maybe 20 seconds, it stopped. And also, my wife was having lunch at a hotel on the top floor. It was like a 30-story building, and she told me the shaking was a lot more violent, and that was the real panic. But fortunately, the hotel staff was very professional in getting everyone to get under the table, and then later on getting everyone to go downstairs using the stairs, of course, not the elevators. But outside on the street of Bangkok, people just stop their cars and just come out. There are even pictures of people leaving their beauty clinic with their face all covered in masks, standing outside, panicking, and everybody just talking about it. This is the only story.
What is the
in the news
status
of
right
Thailand
now?
today.
Because Bangkok, after all, is this international tourist destination. Whole of Thailand is. But what do you see around you? Do you also see a shutdown, an emergency situation? Or it's sort of back to normal? There may be traffic snarls in some areas?
We are under the state of emergency. There is a no-fly at Don Mueang and Suvarnabhumi. The streets are slowly clearing up. The main issue for the traffic paralysis is that a lot of people left their cars and just kind of walk off and just refuse to come back to their cars. And also because we have many bridges between Bangkok and Thonburi, and people come and go over the bridges to their office and to their houses, and nobody wants to get on the bridge. Because on social media, there are many footages of bridges shaking.
Yes.
Yeah, so if people want to get on the bridge, then obviously
And there's
traffic is stuck
expectedly
everywhere.
would be panic because aftershocks can also happen.